Hey everyone, Blood Honey 78 here. I decided against a rant video, at least at the moment. I'm pretty sure I'll do one in the future for sure. But this one is gonna be a little bit of a personal storytelling sort of thing. So it might get a little emotional, and the couple of things, at least the one thing that I was gonna open up about, may or may not be triggering in some fashion, so I apologize for that in advance. And I hope you guys stick with me for this one. I'm honestly hoping that by me sharing, it'll somehow help others that may be in similar situations, whether just, heck, I don't know. I just hope it'll help somehow. So yeah, I've been really feeling like crap lately, and it's just not fun. I wouldn't wish it on anybody, honestly. I really wish I could pinpoint exactly why, but I can just hazard a few guesses. Let's see. Well, it was more towards the end of this month. It's been 5 years since I moved back home. I live with my parents, unfortunately. I had gone through a divorce 5 years ago. That will have been in November of this year. So, yeah, it was come back home or live on the streets. So, yeah, it was definitely not an experience I would recommend to anyone. I guess unless it was absolutely necessary, but divorce is not fun. And I honestly don't care if I catch any hell, but I don't miss it. Don't miss that life. I can't say that I regret it, because if certain things didn't happen, then I wouldn't be where I am right now. So I guess I'm at least thankful in that fashion. Some days it still kind of sucks, but it's whatever. Let's see. It's this next story is the one that still just brings me to my knees sometimes. If my brain is just right, and these memories sneak in, I'm done. I don't want to talk to anybody, that sort of thing. 5 years ago, as of I don't think about 2 weeks. Yeah, not 2 weeks. 5 years ago, I lost my puppy. I'll give a little backstory on that one. Um, for Christmas of 2013, my now ex decided to buy a husky puppy, and she was the prettiest thing. If I remember, I'll find a picture and I'll share it on my Twitter. So just adorable. Pain in my ass, but adorable nonetheless. Fast forward to August of 2014. At this point, it was already decided that we were splitting, and I think that papers were already submitted, that sort of thing. But we had come here, where I am currently, come to visit family, and we were at his parents' house, which is like the next town over from where I am. And I don't remember exactly what everyone was doing. I know bits and pieces, probably like the worst bits. But I was on one of the couches in the living room. I think the TV was on, something like that. I don't know what he was doing. I think he was outside with his dad. It was warm. Doors, windows are open, including the door from the house to the garage, and then the garage is open, to the outside world. And it was one of those screen doors that doesn't really close all the way, or didn't. I'm sure it's been replaced by now. So I don't remember what all else was going on. I was just in the living room, and then I heard one of the two of them. It was probably his dad. I'm pretty sure, but one of the two of them scream her name, not just you're yelling for your dog to come inside from the bathroom. Scream. And then barely a moment or two later, I heard screeching tires. And then that's where everything just kind of stopped. Like everything just slowed down. And I was just like, did I just hear that? Did that really just happen? And I somehow made my way outside, and I stumbled through the yard. There was kind of like a little bit of a hill to the yard. There's a street and kind of a little dip in the yard, and goes yard to the house. And I just kind of made my way, and sure enough, I saw her, and there were cars lined up down the road for several minutes. I don't remember how long. I was in shock, completely in shock at what I was looking at, and I don't really remember saying anything. I saw her laying there, And I looked around. I remember that a little bit, and I just kind of, I went back into the house. And then things just kind of got blurry after that. Don't really remember much. Pretty sure I spent at least an hour curled up on the couch just crying my guts out at what had happened. And yeah, it took me a long time to be able to revisit the house. I think it was just a year later. I don't really remember. And I haven't been back since. I might have been back once. I don't really remember. I still get anxious if I drive near there. I haven't been out in that direction in, well, obviously several years, at least 3, I think. And I'd have to say that's probably like the most horrible, horrific thing I've been through. And it still gets me. It's 5 years later, and it still gets me. That incident took place. It was 2 weeks shy of her first birthday, and that just added a whole nother layer to the hurt. I have her in my office here somewhere. I got a nice, it's a lunchbox, but I got a nice lunchbox to put her in, and like her favorite toy I put in there. Might have put a treat in there, I don't remember, and just I shut it, and that was it. Obviously she's cremated, but it's besides the point. So from then on, if I hear about a dog escaping, or if I'm outside and I have Shelby with me, and I know she won't like go into the street. I know she won't, because I taught her. But if she like walks towards the mailbox, I get anxious, and I'm on that edge. I'm like, I don't want her to go anywhere near there. Or if some other dog gets out of their yard. Granted, this where I am isn't like crazy with traffic or anything, nor is the speed limit really like high up there. Assholes speed down the road anyway, but still, if somebody's dog escapes, I'm just like, oh my god, I really don't want them to get hit. I don't want someone to have to go through what I went through. Yeah. So that kind of snuck in and really knocked the wind out of me these last couple of days. The whole divorce thing really doesn't bother me, but it just kind of just piles on. The memories don't particularly help. And then kilometers down that road. Like, I know Shelby's not gonna be here forever. So, you know, I'm gonna be a wreck. I'm just telling you guys right now. It's gonna happen, obviously someday, but I'm probably not gonna be around when that day comes. So anyway, and sometimes thinking about losing my grandma, that was in 2006, so that was a little bit longer ago. Sometimes that still hurts, not as much, but losing my granddad just 2 years ago and the circumstances surrounding that really hurts still. You know, it was, that was really crazy. I remember a whole lot of what was going on when that happened. I was at work when I got the news, and that he had fallen and he had hit his head, and I saw him, several hours later, and he was still alive, but the injury had caused bleeding and swelling, and that was not my granddad. I'm sure some of you can kind of understand where I'm coming from. It was him, but he wouldn't have been able to say or recognize myself, my dad, my uncles, my aunt. No, we were all there, but yeah, that was really, really hard. So yeah, once in a while that sneaks up on me. If I need to I really need to just let it all out. The one song that'll trigger me is My Old Man by Zac Brown Band. So, anyway, I think that's about it for for story time, I guess you could say. I believe my mom was reaching out to my grandma in Florida. It sounds like everything is all right with her. Just a bunch of rain and probably wind, thankfully. Anyway, I don't want to get you guys any more upset and drag you down with me. That would suck. Anyhow, I think I'm gonna just call it there, and hopefully I will see you guys again soon with a more upbeat, more fun video. And I love you all, and see you soon.